It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Trojans will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Michigan Wolverines offense takes the field. They go to the ground. There he goes. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches, and this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Snagged out of the air. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. After getting moved back, it's 1st and 20. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. From the gun. Got it in the middle, it's McCray. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Snags it over the middle. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Converts on 4th down, still going. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
And I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield.
Turning it on. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
Talking to the coaching staff coming into this game, they said explosive plays are going to be big for us. When we get our opportunities, we got to be able to hit on them, and you saw one right there that time, doing it on the ground on the opening drive of the game. That just shows you this offense, they are locked in and in tune and on the same page early.
He goes out of bounds on that return right at the 20-yard line. So USC's offense has the ball for the first time. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. But they've got to throw the football. But we can't turn it over. Just those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
For all of the star quality that USC has been built on, good offensive line, strong running game has always been a hallmark.
No doubt about it. I think they're built on, the passing game and explosive playmakers out wide, but they've always had that balance at USC. You got to have a little bit of the boring to go with the glitz and the glamour.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Trojans line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And he is bouncy, hurdled a guy and picked up the first down before being tackled. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. They'll run it. At the 35, he's got room. Breaks into the open. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Out of bounds at the 18, and that is just what they needed to get it away from their own end zone. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He's got an open man. We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab. And the Trojans will hustle to the line.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He leaves it with his back.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Trojans send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. They are backed up. Defense smelling blood as this drive starts at the 5. They get to him as he throws. And it's incomplete as he tried to nestle that ball in along the sideline. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. A strike downfield. He's into the open down the middle. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. NC State found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Raleigh. One thing we can always count on in the ACC is a spirited battle and a game that will make waves all along the Eastern Seaboard.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Quick completion on the out. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down. And the Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
They'll line up for a second down play. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Ball is loose. That is a serendipitous turn of events with the fumble going out of bounds. They'll maintain possession.
And you start to get that offense going and start having success, you've got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, I take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
Hold on.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Makes the grab. Bounced off his feet. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. First play of the period will be a second down. Here's the handoff. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. And he's now over 150 yards on the ground, and days like this can put you up with those legendary Michigan runners.
And that's why you come to Michigan. You know you're going to get fed. You are going to be a back that gets the football, that chews up yards, that always has a lot of success and gets a ton of carries.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Got some work to do after that last play, 2nd and 13. The give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him with that last play. Now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Firing to the right, complete. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The Wolverines didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wolverines.
I think there there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Pulls it in on the right. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. Wants to throw on first down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Michigan. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this...
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. And the Trojans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He's got the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in down the sideline.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little more.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's second, and he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. The Trojans will call on their punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the catch. There he goes. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. And the Wolverines want to move quickly. Wants to go up top on first down. Zings it complete to the right. The Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Got a man. Across the 25, he's got room. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Looking for the score. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. Back's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner can find no daylight. He goes down. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got his man. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And you've already set your punter out 4 times. At least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. He gets it away from his own end zone. And the returner will be brought down. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Looking downfield on first down. With the catch, it's McCray. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. And the Wolverines racing to the line in a hurry-up. Looking to throw on first down. Complete. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. They'll immediately call timeout.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Snagged in the middle. It's McCray. Touchdown, Michigan! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. to the ground with the back. Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Los Angeles. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to our men inside the world-famous LA Coliseum.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Wolverines will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
They'll leave it with him. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. And the Trojans will punt it away on 4th down. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. He'll return it from around the 50. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
Punt returners, man, you just got to make one guy miss. You make the first dude miss, and then a lot of times it's off to the races. This guy is so dangerous in the open field, as he shows right there in the punt return touchdown.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. James Madison may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take a dub away from Harrisonburg every time. The Dukes have been racking up road wins since the Mickey Matthews days, and they got another one today. One game, I know, fellas, but this could be one to circle when we consider the big picture there in the Sun Belt.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Under fire. Pulls it in. It's Vaughn. No chance to run, but still a good gain. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. The Trojans decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. He steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical.
And into the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines!
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's able to work his way on the return up to the 23 before he steps out of bounds. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. He's got it. Open spaces. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Trojans.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Still running at the 40. Speeding down the left side. Past the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he's meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Trojans will punt this one away. 3-and-out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll return it from the 50. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. It's complete. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10. So after the huge chunk play, they've got it 1st and goal from the 10. To the air on 1st down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. He might want another play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Lets it go to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Got the quick pass. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the defense was so close. They had done such a good job up to that point, setting up a 4th down. It looked like they had the QB corralled, but they let him escape. That is going to be a coaching moment for them moving forward.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And the returner is stopped. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. Going to swing it on second down. And a sack all the way back at the 5. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. At midfield, trying to turn it upfield. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So here comes the Michigan offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, he's got...
Into the secondary on the right. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now the offense tries to punch it in on second and goal. Try to barge their way in. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and if you go big, I'm going big. I'm going to bring in extra defensive linemen. I'm going to bring in my big physical linebackers. I'm expecting run. This is what they've done.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. His drive will open from the 15. He wastes no time and comes out to throw it. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. And the Trojans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The give to the tailback. Couldn't find any way to get out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Wants to throw on first down. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. He's got it along the sideline. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Wolverines.
One of the things I love about this quarterback, David, is that he keeps his eyes downfield when he gets outside the pocket. He might have had an opportunity to take off running with that, but he knew he had an opportunity for an even bigger play. And how about the run after the catch?
And that's great. You love that about the quarterbacks, but it's so frustrating when you've got a guy that just breaks the contain of the pocket, breaks down your defense. Now you got to cover longer in the back end, and you could tell he comes free, he sees him, catches it, and walks right into the end zone.
Wants to go up top on first down. Setting up the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. The Trojans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Intercepted. The defense has set him up. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Final stanza of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the grab.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They'll try the run. Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. Here's a hit. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Quarterback will keep it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Man, we'll have a shakeup in the MAC standings this week. Check this out. Buffalo went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Bulls always seem to get everyone's best punch, but today they were the ones who delivered the knockout. Guys, I look at the preseason coaches poll and compare it to where the MAC is right now, and man, what a difference.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And the Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Vaughn. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's going to throw deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Trojans will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires on the move. Got his man on the right. Turning it on. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. That big play really has them in business. It's 1st and 10 from the 11. Leaves it with the back. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and that's where this offense will go to work. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and trailing late, they've got to get to work here. Here's the pressure. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And the Trojans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw and he needs a chunk play. Makes the grab. It's Petty. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Got it done in the passing game on the last play, and let's see what they do on 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Hatchett. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. The Trojans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. He's looking downfield to throw. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the Trojans will send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football. Grabs it up to 25 in stride. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. And they're able to get him down, but not before he gets to the 2. Slams ahead. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Here's the return from inside his 10. And the returner will be knocked down. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
Running back searching for a hole. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch it.
They come up with their 2nd safety of the game. You don't see that very often. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Breaks into the open. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. They've put themselves in a hole to start. It's 1st and 20. Leaves it with the running back. Crosses the 45. Wide open spaces. The 10. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. To the air. It's Hatchett. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The Trojans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Gives it on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late?
It's another safety. Can you believe this? 2nd of the game. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
So here comes the Michigan offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a...
Oh, he's got some space. He's at the... And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. And the Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. It's another safety. They get their 3rd one of this game.
Number 12, set to kick this one away.
Oh, better look out.
The return is brought down at the 40, and the Michigan offense will take over.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Looking downfield on 1st down. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball. I
agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop it.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Finds a man on the left. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
And first down for the offense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's McCray. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Wolverines moving quickly to the line. Back to pass.
And this offense continuing to spin.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Someone say run out the clock. Someone say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Dropping back, it's Hatchett. Pocket breaking down. And the throw downfield winds up incomplete, and there's a good reason for that. This guy was being mugged by the defender. So the game will continue for at least one more play as the penalty gives the offense an untimed down. To the air on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. And the pass falls to the ground, and the ball game is over. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster, and it showed today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.